after weeks of trying to prevent hundreds of immigrants from moving into a former Catholic school. Staten Island officials are demanding that the city impose a curfew in the area before new tenants move in. Politicians said that under current OEM rules, immigrants will not be restricted to their arrival and departure, allowing them to wander around quiet residential streets late at night, according City Councilor David Carr, who led letter. Petty rule will help quell growing concerns about crime in Arrochar region, where authorities continue to have their mandate close bunkers doors. Carr told the Post, "My colleagues and I will continue oppose the opening of the villa shelter and we will continue to use every means in our power stop it. We think curfew in OEM shelters is important even if the villa is off table." Carr said he was briefed by OEM during a tour of the shelter on Friday and learned that institution has no policy regarding curfews during this tour. Staten Island's St.No curfew is planned for the 300-seat set converted from a shelter at the John Villa Academy.Steve Beyaz. However, immigrant and homeless shelters operated by the city's Department of Social Services have a standard working time of 11:00 p.m., a curfew for citywide sites. Politicians argued that the burden of keeping hundreds of immigrants together would fall on the NYPD, making neighborhood security impossible. The department is already in a state of tension, with City Council Minority Leader Joe Borelli telling the Post that the city is already ignoring calls to strengthen police units to combat ongoing crime. Thousands of Staten Islanders took to the streets to protest the makeshift shelter planned for their neighborhood. Mega Dennis Rees MEGA. The curfew request came just day after group of Republican lawmakers filed lawsuit demanding temporary restraining order to stop hundreds of asylum seekers from moving to the Arrochar school. City Councilor David Carr said the city had already ignored calls to strengthen its police units to combat ongoing crime. Paul Martinka They claimed that open-air, 24-hour generator showers would cause nuisance, ruining the shelter's beautiful neighborhood. Thousands of Staten Islanders took to the streets earlier this week to protest the sanctuary. 3 people were arrested on charges of trespassing and blocking. Thousands of immigrants have flocked to New York City every week since spring 2022, forcing city officials to open temporary shelters and place families in hotels when they arrive. Authorities said earlier this week that about 60,000 migrants are now in the city's custody.